Now, before we begin, we did a Chick-fil-A franchise review a few years ago, same as we've reviewed dozens of franchises over the years, and we got crazy comments for Chick-fil-A unlike any other video we have ever done. And here's a small sampling of some of the warm comments that we received on that video. Chick-fil-A should sue you, biased libtard. Even in New York City, the liberals line up to eat there. These evil country-hating losers can't handle it. This guy is a moron. This person is a coward. His story is insanity on stilts. I will expose this moron for the fraud that he is. Now keep in mind, all we did was review Chick-fil-A, right? We took facts from various sources and we put them up there. That was it. So these are the kind of comments that we received. And never ever on any other franchise review have we had comments like that. Now, not sure why this happens. You can let us know your theory in the comments down below. Anyway, I just wanted to give a PSA beforehand. If a video on YouTube that's talking about Chick-fil-A is going to send you into a rabid rage, just click away now. So what's the deal with buying a Chick-fil-A? How much does it cost? How much can you make? All that other good stuff. Well, Chick-fil-A restaurants, on average, earn more than any of the other major fast food brands. Now, according to the QSR 50, an average Chick-fil-A restaurant generates $4.5 million a year. Now, that's the average. A lot of locations are higher than that. An average McDonald's, to put this in context, generates $2.9 million a year. Burger King generates $1.4 million a year on average, and an average Subway franchise only generates $410,000, and those are gross figures. Now, the highest earning Chick-fil-A non-satellite restaurant that's not in a mall location earned an incredible $17 million. So it sounds great, right? And even better, to become a franchise owner in the Chick-fil-A system, it only costs $10,000. Now, compare that to a McDonald's. That's going to cost you between $1.3 to $2.3 million to open up a location. A Burger King is going to cost you up to $3 million, and a Subway is going to cost you as much as $470,000. So why doesn't everyone just buy a Chick-fil-A, and why do people even consider buying other franchises? Well, the Chick-fil-A franchise model is quite different than other franchises out there. There's a number of reasons why it's different. Number one, most franchises that are out there allow you to own and operate other businesses as long as they're not in direct competition with your franchise. Chick-fil-A, they want you to be an active owner, operator, and work directly in your location. And that's why you'll never see a celebrity invest in a franchise like Chick-fil-A, is they're not going to allow you to install a remote manager to run your location. They want you there to take care of that location. Now, obviously, the strategy has worked. Their locations are highly successful. But if you want a passive or semi-passive type situation, Chick-fil-A, not a good option. Number two, you're not going to build any equity in this business. So in a traditional franchise agreement, again, yes, you've got to invest a lot more money for sure, but you can build that business up and eventually sell it, potentially for millions of dollars. With Chick-fil-A, because they're providing most of that money for the stores, which is likely, millions of dollars for the larger locations, they retain the equity and the ownership. So if you decide to leave the business for whatever reason, you just walk away. You don't receive any equity share. Number three, Chick-fil-A has received a fair amount of flack for their allegedly anti-LGBTQ stance. Now, based on that, the company has actually been rejected from opening stores in airport locations like San Antonio and Buffalo. Now, as our world is seemingly becoming more polarized on either side, political pushback is possible that it might increase in the future. Number four, owners do not get paid in the Chick-fil-A franchise system like a typical franchise owner. So in most cases, a franchise owner outside the Chick-fil-A system, they receive 100% of the revenues, then they pay royalties ranging from about 6 to 8%. Some are more, some are less. So if you make $1 million, you typically pay $60,000 to $80,000 to the franchise company in royalties. Now there's other fees and expenses, of course, we're not going to get into those right now. But Chick-fil-A corporate, because they are the actual owners of the store, they kind of switch those numbers around. So how much do Chick-fil-A franchise owners actually make? Well, it's difficult to get actual numbers, but it's estimated that owners receive between 5 to 7% of the gross. So instead of you paying the franchise a small royalty, you get paid a small royalty from Chick-fil-A. So those amounts would put the average Chick-fil-A store owner earnings at about $225,000 a year at 5% and about $270,000 a year at 6%. And let's face it, that's not a bad return on $10,000. Number 5, does it really only cost $10,000? Well, yes and no, because beyond the franchise fee, which is the $10,000, you also need to carry your business until it reaches profitability. So the initial franchise fee, yes, $10,000, and that's all you need to take out of pocket to get started. And here, from their franchise disclosure document, this is right from Chick-fil-A, the $10,000 initial franchise fee is the only initial out-of-pocket investment that you'll be required to make to begin operation of your franchise Chick-fil-A business. But on top of that $10,000, you're also going to need to pay for your opening inventory, to pay for the rental equipment, to pay for your lease, your insurance, the utilities, employee payroll, all that other good stuff. Now, the actual estimate, taken again from the Chick-fil-A disclosure document, states it will cost you between $295,000 to $2.4 million to open up your Chick-fil-A. Now remember, the lower number is likely representing a smaller location, maybe a satellite store or a mall type store. If you've got a larger location, it's going to be a lot more money. Now, as per Chick-fil-A's documents, those expenses come from your revenue. So you don't need that money up front to actually open the store, as it's going to be deducted from the money you're making out of your business. So if you're fine with the politics, you're fine with the equity, the revenue arrangement, all that other good stuff, you've got $10,000 and you want to open up a Chick-fil-A. Now keep in mind, they receive thousands of applications every single year. People suggest up to 20,000 applications received every year, and they only open around 100 restaurants a year. These are the actual numbers. In 2018, they opened 102 stores, 2019, 149 stores. In 2020, they only opened 74 new franchise locations. Now, some applicants we've read have had to wait over a decade before they were accepted. And of course, thousands upon thousands of people are never accepted at all. And this makes Chick-fil-A one of the most difficult franchises to acquire. So it might not be for everyone, but most Chick-fil-A owners out there, they're very happy with their decision. They love the culture. They love the business. And the franchise and employee satisfaction rates are some of the highest in the industry. If you want to apply for a Chick-fil-A franchise in the USA, Canada, or Puerto Rico, you can go to their website. I put that link down below. Another famous franchise that's only going to cost you $10,000 to buy and is much easier to acquire is Steak 'n Shake. What's the catch with that franchise? I'm going to put that link to that video above. And are ATM businesses profitable, and are they a good business? I'll put that link down below. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.